Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here once again with another game of StarCraft 2, and there Fuchs leaving the game at the beginning, as usual. This is Game 5 of the show match between DIMAGA and White Raw, aka Duckload Raw. Both of them being very mannered every game, by the way. I didn't specifically mention that, but very, very cool to see them doing that. White Raw is apparently, he's apparently just a super manner guy in general. Excuse me, super manner guy in general. He's just a really nice guy. I've always seen him be mannered in games that I've watched him play and stuff like that, in Brood War and what have you. But apparently he is like a really nice guy in person as well. Unfortunately I don't know anything about DIMAGA as in person or whatever, but he's apparently been very mannered as well. I've never heard about him being BM, so that's at least something. Anyway, so yes, White Raw, very cool character. Both players being very courteous to each other. And it's kind of, it's kind of what you expect from these two players too. As far as both of them kind of being old school, foreign players. And interesting is Gateway is a little bit. It could have been a little bit more over. I think he could still put a core here and do his normal block off, but maybe not. That's a little bit interesting to see that happen there. Anyway, Drone Scout going down there. Remember, this is 3-1, so DIMAGA is up 3-1. If he wins this game, he will take the series. I actually have no idea what's at stake here, but there might have been a small cash prize or something like that. The little information I could find about it didn't say. Anyway, he's going to scout over here, see that gateway. Oh yeah, so that's this thought I was saying earlier in the previous game that I didn't quite finish, was the fact that, whoa, hatchery, second hatch in base. What? Very interesting to see that. Especially on this map, you can take this expansion and still have a ramp to hold. So I guess he just wants to keep things, keep it all in the family, keep everything close at hand. He's not seeing any pressure from White Raw either, so I'm really kind of interested by that move. But okay, and he's actually, look at this, he's getting his core over on this side of the map instead of at his little wall there. So very strange, very strange. It could be because he's planning on moving down eventually and taking this ramp, but very strange play from both players right now. Very unexpected, at least. I don't know if I know exactly what they're doing enough to say that it's strange. But pool is up now. I like this pylon over here to watch these destructible rocks, though, just in case, especially these positions where you can knock out the destructible rocks and go straight from your main to the enemy's main. Drone's still chilling around here. Anyway, another Stalker coming out, so pretty much the same build except without the wall at this point for White Raw. DIMAGA just got two hatcheries, just rallying them both to drones. Right now he's just droning up off these two hatcheries and finally making a queen. No queen at the second hatch right now. Very interesting, though, that he's doing this off of one base. I guess it almost makes sense. I mean, it takes a little bit to drone up enough to get your full saturation on one base anyway, so he wouldn't be able to make complete use of his second base for a little while. But oh well, maybe this is why. No, because he could have had that drone there and built the hatchery before the pylon was anywhere nearby. Very strange. I'm going to stop wondering about that. Lair is now going up. Perhaps he has some kind of a rush build in mind, because he's getting his Lair now. He's getting some Zerglings out. Zergling speed is being upgraded, as is Warp Gate tech. And yeah, so White Raw looks like he might be just deciding to move down here and try and take this ramp now. Once Warp Gate tech finishes, he's probably going to build a couple more gateways here. And there's the Nexus. So yeah, he is going to build that Nexus. Very interesting to see him building the extra Nexus. And look at this, what's going on here? So we got a few Zerglings coming out. They're going to chase that Stalker away. Again with the early Stalker pressure from White Raw. And now he's going to build another gateway here and make a nice little ramp to block there. So now I believe, well, actually no, I don't think one force field could quite block that gap up at this point, actually. Anyway, let Zerglings get in there. They're actually, that's a little bit of a mistake there, not just falling back to his ramp. Uh-oh, he needs to get back behind that ramp and force field that gap right now. Double force field, barely in time. Wow, that was close. That was really close. And now a forge is going to go up. Nope, a gateway is going to go up in that spot there. Does he have another force field in him, though? He has one force field, and that can block this gap. He might need to use it if those Zerglings persist. Actually, with that Zealot in the gap, he might be okay, and a third one warping in there as well. Wow, so that was intense. That was intense. White Raw is one game away from losing this series, and so he almost lost the series just then. If those Zerglings had killed off that force, they would have been able to come in here and attack, and I think White Raw may have been able to hold it off eventually, but it would not have been good at all. Glial Reconstitution, speed being upgraded for roaches now. First time we've seen roaches in this series. No, we may have seen roaches on that game 3 that I casted a couple days ago. The long game. Yeah, I think there was some roaches in that game. Doesn't matter. Anyway, point being, DIMAGA has not been using roaches very much, so it's interesting to see him switch over to do roaches here. A curious choice as well. Stalkers do pretty well against roaches, especially when they're not on creep. Sentries do very well at keeping the roaches back, and letting the sentries do a little bit more damage. So I guess he's not really making that many roaches right now. He's upgrading them with the speed. And now roaches do very well on creep with speed against stalkers, despite the fact that I said something about using... I remember one of my first StarCraft 2 games, everyone was like bagging on me for talking about stalkers and roaches being okay against stalkers or something like that. And it's like, well, yeah, they actually are when they're on creep and they have speed upgraded. Sorry guys to burst your high horse bubble. But anyway, they do pretty well against stalkers, especially when they don't have blink yet, and he's nowhere near blink. White Raw actually getting the Twilight Council, getting blink started a lot sooner than I expected. This entire series thus far, he hasn't been teching very quickly. He's been getting basically core tech only until the mid game. And there we do have some roaches out there. They have the speed upgrade, and it looks like he's getting the regeneration upgrade as well. I'm sorry, not the regeneration upgrade. The tunneling claws. So when they're burrowed, he can move with them. Ooh, that'd be sneaky. That'd be sneaky. White Raw, very slow to get observer tech. He's got a cannon here, so he can't quite just sneak by. I've done that a couple times. You just sneak a group of roaches by, put him behind the mineral line, unburrow him, watch him go to town. But still, it is going to give him a lot of mobility, and it's also going to make it so that excuse me. It's going to make it so that the roaches can burrow when they're damaged, and they have pretty good hit points, so you've got a lot of time to burrow them if they're damaged, and heal them up. Basically, when they're burrowed, they do so much healing. Lots of stalkers coming out here. Blink is just going to finish right now, so White Raw's going to be in a very good position. Blink Stalker's going to be pretty good against the speed roaches. Even if, yeah, so they are Tunnel Claw upgraded there. You can tell because they have got horns all over them. What is that? It looks like little horns, yeah. Oh, I guess those are the tunneling claws. Anyway, sorry about that. Getting distracted a little bit. White Raw with a pretty decent army as long as he's not engaging on creep. DIMAGA, again, hasn't been too terribly fastidious about keeping his creep tumors moving out, so he's only gonna be able to fight on his own ground. And oh, here it comes in. Oh, he's gonna unburrow. He's gonna kill the sentries in the back. The blink goes back, but that blink was, oh man, he kills off a couple of the sentries before they can do anything. He's gonna be able to kill off all the sentries. A couple of force fields go down, but not quite enough. And now actually DIMAGA's in a little bit of trouble here because he's got these roaches, but he needs more. I mean, they can burrow all they want, but he needs more of them for them to do enough good. He's trying to rally in forces from this extra base he has, trying to get in as much roaches as possible. He's trying to use his small forces of roaches to just engage reinforcements. There's too many stalkers here, and these roaches need to be rallied on the top so he can attack all at once. He's got them rallied too far down, and they're just running in and dying. And he needs to, he's still got him rallied down there. Actually, he's got, where does he got him? He has him rallied, oh, that's the drones, never mind, rallied to the third base. But there are now stalkers blinking into the main, tons of stalkers in the main, and we could see White Raw take yet another game here, despite the fact that DIMAGA getting 3 bases and really just power droning and getting a huge economy. I didn't check how much income he had at the height there, but just too many blink stalkers in there, and kind of a nice little timing attack actually. Now he's using his chrono boost on his warp gates there to get some more units out. But I think this game is pretty much over here. I don't see, yeah, there's no way DIMAGA is going to pull a miracle comeback with Zerglings on this one. I don't think he's even producing anything. No, he's producing a few roaches right now. But he's still in the game for some reason. Trying desperately to, I guess he's going to try and come in with this group of roaches, make one last attempt to kill off these stalkers or something. I don't think it's going to work. He can pick off these 4 pretty easily. Look at that. Pop, pop. But the blink is just too much. He's going to be able to get them out of the way, rejoin the main group, and it's just going to be way too much. Coming with some extra stalkers to deal with this extra base as well, so no income. So White Rock coming back and from a deficit of 3-0 has brought it to a 3-2 situation in this series, which we're going to see a GG here very shortly. He's actually managing to fight that off, but he's lost his lair. He's lost everything. I'm not sure exactly why he's still going here. He's going to be revealed. His roaches are all he has left. Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on here, why he's still in the game. Yeah, very, very strange. Anyway, there's GG from DIMAGA, and finally, White Raw takes game 5 to bring it to 3-2. Wow, absolutely amazing. And White Raw just basically, I mean, just going with some major, major pressure. This seems to be his standard MO. Just going for mass warp gates off 2 bases and just putting lots of pressure on. Doesn't like to go with the tech that much, apparently. I'm surprised we don't see DIMAGA going for some different tech as well. So, well, I mean, I guess he went roaches this time. Anyway, I'll talk about that more depending on what happens in Game 6. See you there.